Hello, Inanimate Insanity fans. It's been a while, but with the Inanimate Insanity movie nearing its premiere, I thought I would publish a theory that I have had about the show for a while now. And as a way to honor my favorite Inanimate Insanity character, who is now deceased, rest in peace, I thought I would do my best impression of Fan and have him lay out my theory. Okay, let me just,
Okay, yes, this is Fan. Okay, hear me out, everyone. So, yes, this theory might sound a little crazy, but just hear me out. Okay, so Steve Cobbs hacked into MePhone's data and purposely fudged the voting numbers in episode 9 to get Soap eliminated prematurely.
Wow! That's kind of out there, Fan. Why would Cobbs fudge the results?
Oh, hey, test tube. Well, Cobbs was clearly annoyed by Soap in episode 8, as he originally got mad at her after he thought she had said he had a big head. Although clearly this angered him, and he was just suppressing his anger because later on, he blamed Soap after he pops Balloon, and then he blamed Soap for stealing the battery when it was obviously Suitcase. So Cobbs, in retaliation, decided to fudge the results to get Soap out of the show. It's tragic!
Yeah, not to be rude, but that still sounds a little far-fetched.
Okay, thank you, Fan and Test Tube. Allow me to elucidate further. From what we learned about Cobbs in episodes 16 and 17, he is able to gain access to Me Life through the wire that Toilet gave him. So it would make sense that he would have access to the voting files in MePhone as well. We also know that he enjoys meddling with aspects of the show. He even says the eliminations are what inspired him to start messing with Me Life in the first place. And right after that, he mentions the wire. Considering that episode 9 was the first episode that Cobbs had access to MePhone in, it would make sense that he would be curious to try meddling with the show. We also know that Cobbs likes deep analytical conflict, and considering that Nickel and Balloon were both going through a lot of character development, and thus for viewer ratings and for a more interesting experience, accompanied with the fact that Cobbs generally dislikes Soap, it would make sense that, given his first chance to do so, he would play around with changing the results to make for a more entertaining show. Or as Cobbs likes to put it,
he must have wanted genuine performances, so he distorted the truth.
Yes, it all makes sense!
I guess, but I'm not fully sold on it yet.
Well, that's not even the tip of the ice-breaking iceberg. We have much more evidence. First of all, Soap's elimination came as a shock to many, especially since her voting share had decreased in episode 8 after her song in episode 7. It is also portrayed as shocking in the show, even all the contestants seem shocked by it.
Yeah, at the time I was certain that I was going to be eliminated, and if not me, then Nickel. But I never thought that Soap was going to be eliminated instead of either of us.
Yes, it was incredibly shocking. It defied all the voting patterns I'd previously analyzed.
Yes, Fan, that's what I've been saying. And also, look at how the dialogue is written. It's written to feel like Soap's elimination was an unnatural occurrence, as Microphone puts it.
For some reason, Soap got kicked out today, when it really wasn't her time to go.
When it really wasn't her time to go. And also notice how Soap reacts to her elimination. Her first response is,
"There must be a mistake! Someone clean his hardware!"
There must be a mistake. A clear sign in the writing to make the elimination feel unnatural to begin with.
Yeah, you're overthinking it. Just because an elimination was shocking does not mean it was unnatural, as you put it.
Yes, I hear your skepticism, but there's more. Look at some of the visual clues. Remember how long it takes for MePad to display the results in episode 9? Sure, it's a funny visual gag, but maybe if Cobbs was watching and realized real time that Soap, Nickel, or Balloon was going to be eliminated, he could have checked the results, hacked into MePhone's voting file right then, and altered the results of the top 3 competitors. Another small detail that supports this theory comes to light when you look at the actual results themselves. Look at the results of the top 3 contestants. The number of votes they received is written in an entirely different font from any of the other contestants. And it's an incredibly plain font, too. It's almost as if those numbers were just typed in by hand. Never in any other elimination have we seen the font change mid-vote. In fact, all of the voting numbers have been in the same exact font since episode 4. And with the show advancing in quality, it makes little to no sense as to why the font would randomly change here for these 3 specific characters only. But think about this from the intention of the show's creators. Would they really want to differ from the votes of the viewers? I imagine that the writers had plans for Balloon and Nickel, and upon seeing that one of them was going to be eliminated, decided to change the votes and write the show so that Cobbs changed the results and eliminated a contestant whose development was already starting to wrap up anyways. Which is a genius plan if it actually did happen. This was around when the show started to take more of a focus on character development anyways, and less on the contestants. Also notice that after this point, the writers stopped including viewer voting for characters, likely because they had plans for how they wanted to develop the characters and did not want those character developments to be dependent on viewer voting. But if they were going to change the results, they would have to find a way to abide by the lore of the show. Having Cobbs change the results was a believable and interesting story twist to add, and they dropped multiple hints towards it, such as changing the voting font and circling back multiple times on how Soap's elimination just feels unnatural.
Yes, this has been my theory all along. Everything just didn't add up, and now everything makes so much more sense now.
Well, perhaps I am wrong, but having had this theory for multiple years now and having not found any discussion on it, I thought it was worth sharing my theory before the final episode comes out. Oh, the final episode. I'm going to miss this show so much. Anyways, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see the finale. Bye, y'all!
Bye!
Oh, hey, Test Tube. Well, Cobbs was clearly annoyed by Soap in episode 8, as he originally got mad at her after he thought she had had a big,
Fan, you messed up your lines!
Oh, I'm so sorry, Test Tube. Fan, you keep messing up your lines! I'm very sorry, Knife. Let's try that again from the beginning. Yes, it was incredibly shocking. It defied all the voting patterns I had previously analyzed. I need to try that line again. I'm having too much fun doing this, Test Tube. You gotta stop me.
Fan, you're not even real! You're just a voice that some fan is doing!
Yeah, that's accurate.